Well, as you can see, I have about the biggest, most worthless pile of cat I've ever seen in my life. I keep trying to get him to go get a job, but he won't. And so he does what he does best. He lays around, eats, and he craps. That is the sum total of my cat. So, as I come home today and sit here to get the daily dose of the news, get my little Obamacare update, my cat hops on my lap. He doesn't even offer me a chocolate chip cookie or cup of cocoa. He just sits there. So I felt it only right, true, and correct to point this feline out, say hi, hello, and to, yeah, don't look at me like that. Anyhow, uh, ah, we have to make this cat comfortable. Anyhow, uh, interesting day in the news. Uh, I've noticed that our beloved president is going on the campaign trail again. It's interesting how, um, and I've never noticed this with any other president, but but anytime our beloved uh, president deems it necessary to oh further his cause, whatever cause that may be, whether it be Obamacare, uh, whatever, he always hops on the campaign trail time and time again. That's how he drums up support. And so, I just find it highly pathetic that you actually have to go out and drum up your own business uh, to pass something that by your own history is probably illegal and unconstitutional and overwhelmingly immoral. Anyhow, but that just got a few ideas going as I came home and sat down, and this big white fluffy bear hops on my lap, and he's not used for much else. And so there's interesting parallels going on here between my little cat, which I've named Daystar, but for ease and comparison, we call him Carl. So, but uh, we need to get rid of people who uh, are not serving a genuine purpose. And the only way we do that is by getting them elected out of office. And unfortunately, this sitting president is on his second term, which is a double duh for the United States public. But also, it just blows my mind. Here we have a president who initially ran his first term off the entire platform of healthcare reform, and everyone's going to have affordable health care. And holy crap, this webcam makes me look fat when I'm not up close. Jeez. Anyhow, uh, affordable health care. That was his entire campaign. And now we have a complete display of incompetence, because now this beloved heavenly sent website isn't even operational. Well, it might be operational. I don't give a rat's behind if it is, but there is such a huge failure in the number of people signing up compared to what should be by now. And I am only hearing negative. It is truly incredible how we as an American public is even allowing this to continue on. This is a complete mockery of the republic, and it's just not right. Uh, we are not a country built upon the redistribution of wealth. That is exactly what the Affordable Care Act is. It's the redistribution of wealth. He is trying to buy votes by solving a problem that will be much better solved through the private sector. And so, I've got, I interact with a lot of businesses. And I've got people out there saying they cannot hire people. And I have a couple that say that they're actually planning to scale back hours on some of their full-timers. And it's all revolved around this Obamacare debacle. And here we are wallowing in the mires of healthcare, because we have turned the Constitution, folded it over, and on the back of the Constitution we have created a socialist empire that we as the general public continue to sustain. I'm appalled, and it blows me away. Uh, Again, I look at my cat, and look at this, nothing. He just sits there. He's not doing a darn thing. At least our beloved president will get out there and do a campaign. Will you do that, Karl? Nothing. Anyhow, I really hope that we will reach that waking up point in the United States. I really hope that we come to the realization of exactly what is deliberately going on here by design. By design, we are losing our country fast. We have people that have looked onto this new navigation, if you will, the marketplace navigators of Obamacare. Oh, sorry, the Affordable Care Act. And they're finding their premiums at 2, 3, 4 times higher than what they're paying now. And they're totally befuddled, because this is supposed to be the all glory, heaven sent, the angels sing about health care that we're all going to be able to afford. We need to start electing people of integrity, people who are constitutional minded, people who are not modern day liberals. And I normally don't do the party thing, but my goodness, we've got liberal Democrats, we've got liberal Republicans up there. We have extremists on all 4 sides, and you know what? They're no better than the people that were fighting overseas. No better at all. So I'm just wondering where we go from here. Where do we go? Do we continue to sit here as Karl? Hey, Karl Marx. We're going to call him Karl Marx. This is Karl Marx, my white cat. Are we going to sit here and continue to let him sit on our lap? Well, probably. But as far as the government is concerned, we don't need to allow that. Because every moment that we allow this to continue, more and more jobs are being lost. More and more companies are going under. They're losing profits. Hey, guess what? If companies are so bad, how do you think they expand? It's through profits. When you expand, you hire. So, you know, your beloved president has taken a very dangerous step in demonizing from day one of his first campaign corporations, companies, turning them into elitists, and using them as the punch bag for your voter bloc. We were never meant to be an entitlement nation. Never meant. And yet, this administration advocates entitlements. They advocate people to be dependent on the government. You vote for me, and I will promise you the world. I'll give you a phone. I'll give you free health care. And now that there's practically no reversal in the healthcare thing, everybody's costs are going to go up. But these bad boys up there in Washington, they know that there's not going to be a revolt against them, as there blatantly should be, because they will find a way. They'll find some other object out there, maybe the opposing party, well, I'm sure, but they'll find a reason to put the blame on that thing, whether it be the Republican Party, whether it be the government shutdown, which was a ruse in the first place. They might even blame it on Mickey Mouse, and you know what? The American public will buy it. That's the problem. How did we allow ourselves to become so blind, so ignorant, so arrogant? I really wish Ronald Reagan was here. I really do. I miss that guy. I believe Abe Lincoln would go a couple rounds with this administration too. But there has got to be a wake up call, and it's got to be a spiritual wake up call. And I'm not talking about entirely acknowledging God or whatever, but an awakening, an inner awakening of what's right and what's wrong. An inner awakening of what does this country mean to me? What is the United States of America? What am I being taught? What are my kids being taught in schools? I truly believe that somewhere in the heart of every true American rests the spirit of our founding fathers and the reasons they set up this country the way they did. I believe in the heart of each American is the spirit of freedom and liberty, prosperity, happiness, expansion, and charity, compassion, all those things. And we have just flung it out the door. Next vote's coming up, 2014.